Yo, sitting here in traffic, it's crazy. Like bumper to bumper traffic for real, bumper to bumper. But try to make the most of it by going live and letting YouTube know I'm still here. I fell off for a little bit. I'm gonna say I fell off. I had to focus on other stuff, but I still try to come on every now and again. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, this traffic is crazy, bro. Crazy. But I hope and pray that everybody's all right for real, cause you never know. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here complaining about the traffic. Somebody could be up here fighting for their life. You feel me? And I got this truck like right on my bumper. It's blowing me. I don't even know why they have these these big trucks out here with these small little cars. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's so much going on in this highway. I just came down the highway to make a move real quick, but usually I stay in my little town. It's like a little small place. Pretty much everything I need there, my job there, the gym there, grocery stores there, the malls there, movies there. A few little bars and stuff. I don't really get out and parlay and party like I used to. So it's like, it's perfect for me because I be in the house. I'm headed to the house now. Make a little bit of music and get me something to eat and relax. I had a few sessions today, did some work. Need to go work out, spend some time with my dog. And then after that, I'm gonna go get with my kids and cut the grass at my mom's, But being in this traffic made me realize, like, I do not miss it. I used to battle with this traffic every day for work. And then I started working from home. So when I was working from home, it made me realize, like, the luxury of being able to control your time. But, of course, that was during COVID. During COVID, everybody was working from home. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people I know was working from home. Then some people went back into the office, and others continued to work from home if they was blessed, or they would try to find remote jobs. So a lot of the people I work with, I ask them, is they looking for work? They're like, yeah, but they can't find no remote job. But, I like to be social. I like to go into the office as well, right? I like to see people, but I don't want to be sitting in traffic like this because this is ridiculous. This is crazy. But again, I live in such a small town and my job was right there in the town. So it was nothing for me to get to work. But this traffic is ridiculous. I can't imagine like having to fight this joint every day. Now I get when people say just sitting in traffic exhausts them. It makes them tired. For real, all this stopping and going, paying attention, you can't really take your eyes off of what you're doing. It's definitely going to drain you. So by the time you get home, you done gave all your attention to the road. You done gave all your attention to a job. Some people commute more than an hour back and forth to work. I heard a conspiracy theory that's saying, like, they have all this land. Like, I can't show you now because I gotta keep one hand on the joint, and traffic changed so much. I don't want to rear end nobody. But they got land on the left side of me, land on the right side of me. But we still riding in these two lanes. And they say that they set it up like that to steal your time, to steal your energy. Because why they don't expand the highways? They come and they fix it every few years. And every few years we get excited and be like, they're going to expand the highway. They're going to make the highway bigger because traffic is, there's more people now than it was when they first built the roads. And, we going back and forth. Everybody got cars. Now kids, like, there's a lot of kids in the area that when I seen them, they was in high school. Now they in college, they driving. So it's like, we got so many more people on the road, but the roads are so small. And I'm trying to tell you, that's how they steal your energy. That's how they steal your energy, because they know you're gonna be in traffic most of your day, and when you come home, you're gonna be all man frustrated. Yeah, you're gonna be frustrated. And I was watching a podcast the other day saying that everybody is frustrated. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's anxiety is up. Because imagine going through all of this traffic day in and day out and still not having enough money to pay the bills. So I always judge customer service, right? I always judge customer service. Because it's like, I used to work customer service. I feel like, you know, even though we get frustrated, we got to put on a good face for the customers. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? And it's like, how you gonna come to work and you gonna give me bad service and I'm supposed to pay you, and then you want to ask for a tip too? I understand that, you know, we all going through something. There's an accident here. But again, I'm sitting in traffic complaining about traffic, but it's an accident. We don't know, you know, who is going through what, and then still having to come to work and do their job. But I guess it's hard that we judge people based on their outward, you know, their outward appearance, how they smile, how they look at people, and if they give us the energy that we want, and their demeanor. But you know, shoot, I'd be blown if I had to go through this day in, day out and not be able to put food on the table, care of my family, you know what I'm saying? And then still have to come to work and be like, man, bump this job, I need something else. And then customers complaining, your manager not taking you seriously, not appreciating you. It's wild, man. Yeah, that is the entire world now. And I ain't never lived anywhere besides where I live at. I'm living in Maryland. And Maryland, it's known to be a slightly expensive state, depending on where you at. It's costly. But I think it's because we have a lot of liberties. I wouldn't say rights, I would say liberties. Like, we can smoke in Maryland. I like to smoke. I don't smoke as much as I used to, but you know, it's legal to grow your own plants. Then you can also have firearms. You know, I like the 2A. I don't know what the laws are like in Canada. I haven't been to Canada in forever. So, you know what I mean? But I hear Canada, the crime isn't as high as it is in America, you know? So sometimes I think about leaving and going some other place where there's not as much liberties, where, you know, you might not be able to smoke on your front porch, and you might have to take that in the house. You might not be able to carry a gun, but you don't have to worry about crime. Like, I live in a small community, but crime is like, it starts getting rampant, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess different crimes depending on where you at, because where I'm at, it's not like people don't get killed a lot. So when somebody does get killed, it makes the news and it's like the talk of the town. But you hear about break-ins or drug busts or, you know, domestics. Of course, domestic violence is on the rise. And I think like a lot of the domestic violence is on the rise because of the frustration. And, you know, people going in and out of work, going throughout their day and coming home. And I used to be the same way, having expectations on the people that I love and being like, y'all not meeting my expectations. I'm taking my anger from the world out on you. Yeah. And you don't want to be doing that. But like you said, it's money laundering, a pyramid scheme. So that's part of the scheme. What they say, crap rolls down the hill. My supervisor gives me crap because their supervisor gave them crap. And I come home and I give my wife crap. And then, you know, she get like everybody giving each other crap because we all frustrated and anxiety's at a high. And, you know, they're saying mental health, like it's a real issue. It's a real issue. People don't know, like, you don't know what the next person going through and we can't take our frustrations out on the next person, because then when they take it out on us, and we see that all the time, you know what I'm saying? Somebody arguing with somebody over what? A fender bender. And then, we supposed to have insurance, and I don't really know how all of that works, if it's going to raise your rates and make your bills go up. I haven't been in a fender bender in years, thankfully. Thank God, because I ain't trying to be a part of all of that. But most of the times, it's not on purpose. Nobody's really paying attention, and everybody's in their phone, and everybody's hustling and bustling to the next place. But you know how that be. Yeah, you can't sweat the small stuff. Just be thankful. And as I just turned 40 the other day, and it just made me realize, dog, so many people that I know, they gone from here. Whether it be, a lot of people I know died of drug overdoses, and I don't know if it's because of the lifestyle that I used to live, that a lot of people I know die of drugs, but a lot of people I know die of drugs. And I really think it's that, and like, drugs is a huge epidemic now, because some people, that even strangers, they say like their loved ones have died of drugs. So, life is a little bit more pressure than it was 10, 20 years ago. Shit, I say a lot of it more pressure. So I feel for people who is just starting to come into themselves, and they're trying to figure out who they are. Because when I was in college and I first got out of school, bro, it was so easy to make money. Like, it was so easy to find a job. A job upset me, I quit right now. Right here on the spot. Take off my uniform, boom, walking out. Probably have another job by the end of the week. Like, I'm not even playing. Just like that. I'm out of here. Any frustration, I'm out of here. Now it's so difficult to find a job. I mean, if you have a trade or something, that's cool. I do have a trade, so it's not that bad. But I be thinking about everybody else. Like I said, I got laid off from my job a few years ago, and there's some people who was working at that job for 20 years. 20 years, they got laid off right there with me too. They had to go back into the workforce. They got mortgages, they got family, they got kids in college. We all at different levels in life, but it's hard to understand like what's next, man. All I know is you gotta keep your head up. Like you say, don't sweat the small stuff. Try to keep a smile on your face. I think they trying to put us in a pressure cooker. The money laundering scheme, they want to keep that thing going. And the only way to keep it going is to keep us stressed, keep us distracted. So we ain't wondering why stuff is so expensive, and why the jobs is going, and why they actively are trying to replace people with AI. They're like going out and saying, hey, we can make the world a better place if we hire computers to take your job. And if everything goes well, you won't even need a job. But enjoy your traffic for now. Enjoy working and doing everything that you do for now until you're replaced. But I gotta get off of here, man. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. I really appreciate y'all. Traffic is eased up. I gotta pay attention to the road before I become a statistic.